Hello, everybody. I correctly ranked every fire-type Pokemon. I did this list just before the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so those Pokemon will not be included in the list. Disagree with something I said? Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more content. Look how easy this is. We start with Charmander, right? The first ever fire-type Pokemon, easy S tier. One of the best ever. Charmeleon, on the other hand, he's like a B. If he didn't have this weird pointy thing on his head, maybe he'd, be A. Are you guys prepared for where Charizard's going? Nah, I'm just kidding, dude. This is an S tier Pokemon. Ooh, he's overused. Ooh, he's overrated. Oh, he gets too much love. Blah, 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 blah. You know why he gets so much love? Because he's a cool ass fire-breathing dragon that everybody loves. Yeah, he's not a dragon. Who cares? Put down your avocado toast. Stop being a hipster. Put down your kombucha. Tell me you were 7 years old, picked up Pokemon Red, and you saw Charizard. Or are you gonna say, oh, he's a little overrated? No, you're 7. You're gonna go, oh, this thing's awesome. And then you're gonna get old and jaded and then pick up your cane and go, these Pokemon are used too much. These youngins don't know what good Pokemon are. Shut up. Mega Charizard X finally turns Charizard into the dragon he deserves to be. This guy, however, why do we bring this point back? Stop putting spikes on stuff. That doesn't make them mega. Vulpix, really adorable Pokemon. It's not S tier. Ninetales, on the other hand, Naruto wasn't also this. I would put it A because anime's trash. I mean, I put it S. A for anime. Growlithe is also A. It's actually hard to not put Growlithe in S. He's a good puppy. But the thing is, I'm putting Arcanine in S. Basically a flawless Pokemon. He could run like thousands of miles in a day. Imagine riding an Arcanine into battle. Couldn't ride this into battle. The stupid fox. Arcanine, though, I'm winning. I don't know if you guys really like Ponyta. It's just a horse that got its mane replaced by fire. I know there's My Little Pony stands out there that will say this is better than this, but it's not. Rapidash, aka Hot Wheels, who has the best slogan I've ever heard. Let it rip. Right? Hot Wheels, that's their slogan because, they rip through your house, the Hot Wheels. Rapidash is a unicorn that's on fire. This is a horse that's on fire. So Rapidash at least has to go up a tier. That feels better. Alolan Marowak? This Pokemon is sick. The only thing that Gen 7 did right. So much better than base Marowak. Magmar. I think Magmar looks dumb as hell. What happened to his feet? He has 2 toes. How are you balancing on 2 toes? Then he has frilly arms, a butt on his forehead, and then a duck bill? I think Flareon doesn't get enough love. Imagine you had Flareon as a pet or an Umbreon as a pet. Which one do you actually want? You want the edgelord who's not gonna listen to a word you say? Or do you want this fluffy, warm doggo who might, cuddle and hang out and be good? Recently reviewed Moltres. And I'm gonna stick with what I said. This Pokemon cannot be higher than C because it's a rubber chicken that is on fire. I'm probably gonna ruffle a few feathers with this one. Never understood why people really like Cyndaquil, man. It's just a little rat that's on fire. And then the games switched to 3D. We found out the Cyndaquil evolution line does not always have their fire on. And let me tell you, boy, do they look real dumb without the fire being on. Typhlosion literally just looks like an angry beaver. He's C tier, and so is Quilava. Slugma, everybody's favorite Pokemon. No jokes have ever been made using this Pokemon. Everybody always very mature when Slugma is around. Slugma Nuts doesn't improve his ranking. If we're ranking him solely on Slugma Nuts, you guys know where he's going? F tier. I'm taking a stand. You want to say Slugma Nuts? You're going in F tier. Magcargo and Magmar would be homies. They'd just be hanging out on some volcano, being a couple of goofballs, but they're not hanging out with the cool kids. Houndour, you get points for being an edgelord and having a skull on your head? Not really. We'll ignore that Marowak's an A tier. This Pokemon, on the other hand, takes edgy and uses it correctly. This is hitting my edgelord phase real good. That feels correct. We're gonna put him in S tier. Mega Houndour. We need a Mega Evolution. Stat. Went into the brainstorm meeting. They were typing. They were like clacking on their keyboards. They came up with the same thing they come up with every time. Add spikes. There's no shot Magby and Magmar can be separated. They're just the same Pokemon. One's just a small version. Big Daddy Entei. If Entei was my dad, like in the movie, I know he would tell me he's proud of me. He would be such a good father. Work 2 jobs. He would do whatever it takes to make sure I was provided for. Ho-Oh, who's also a doofy fire-flying bird, very similar to Moltres. At least it leaves a rainbow behind it when it flies around. Another controversial line of starter Pokemon that are actually not very good. Torchic, I think, is very similar to Cyndaquil, where people probably overrate how cute it is. You want me to rank this Pokemon? This is a feathered thumb. F tier. There's so many Blaziken stands out there, but oh my god, it's a chicken that has 80s hair metal band hair and Miami Heat basketball breakaway pants. There's nothing redeeming about it. Its face is ugly. He's not cool. Mega Blaziken is literally just Blaziken with a slight palette swap, so he's staying in the same spot. Underrated gems, I like to call this section. Nubal's not really part of the underrated gems. He's just, you know, a little doofy camp. But then, oh baby, we get to one of the most underrated Pokemon of all time. Camera up. S tier Pokemon. He's thick as hell. His shiny's one of the best in the entire game. You ever see that scene in SpongeBob where Squidward hits the Krakatoa? That's this, but a Pokemon. There's no shot this beast isn't in S tier for me. Torkoal is A, close to S. Big old turtle shooting steam out of his nose. Also, we're gonna give him bonus point because hear me out, he's thick as hell. Look at these boys. Imagine they came rolling through. Your day just got brightened up. I'd be happy. Cast form? So I'm gonna be honest. This isn't really a fire type. He only becomes a fire type if it's sunny out. What kind of half-assed bullshit are you trying to pull, cast form? You're a normal type in disguise. You still have this gray blob on the bottom. You can't even be bothered to fully paint yourself orange. Actual phony. You guys want me to boost him up because he's happy? Does that make you guys feel better? I hope it didn't make you feel better because I lied. He's staying in F tier. You absolute fools. Why would I move him? Primal Groudon. I can't put him lower than C. What if he creates land over my house? Yeah, I gotta keep myself safe. Chimchar. Easily A tier. There's one problem with Monferno. He looks a little bit too much like a clown. I don't really know what this blue makeup is and this like clown nose, but Monferno's got to clean up his act. Infernape? Easily S tier. You see this dumb chicken down here? And you see this cool firefighting monkey? That's why they had to redo it. I'm gonna ignore Emboar for a second. Saw this and we're like, man, we really messed up. We need a sick firefighting. Magmortar, they definitely improved upon this. I think he definitely moves up a tier. I just don't think he can go much higher than that. So this is another one that you guys are probably gonna be like, why are you putting these Pokemon so high? Because it's a fucking oven, dude. If I want to get a nice bit of chicken nuggies, I can put them in my Rotom heat, and then I can also tell him to overheat your ass while he's cooking my chicken nuggies. How does a Rotom get respect but cast form doesn't? What if it rains? Then he's a water type. That's the enemy of this tier list. Here's another Pokemon that people are gonna be like, why do you like Heatran? My man is a molten lava encased in steel. I don't even know what Heatran's lore is, but I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure he's guarding something important. Oh boy, another fake fire type? Arceus fire? Telling me I gotta shove a plate up this guy's butt and then he becomes a fire type? Not a real fire type. F tier. Yeah, Rotom has to go into an oven. If I need to change this type, I gotta go in deep and get my plate back. Where's the plate? Its name's Victini. It starts with V. Look at its ears. It makes a V. And then what's its signature move? A V create? This is a thematic Pokemon. Most Pokemon don't have that much thought put into them. The triple layers. Here's a line of Pokemon that started out so strong. Tepig is so cute. It was hard to be like, nah, I don't want Tepig, but boy, was I happy that I said no. They turned him into an egg. He's so ugly. Trying to be strong, but he's just thick, and like, you know, being thick, I respect it as a fellow thick lad, but I probably like Emboar more than most people. I'm gonna put Emboar in C tier. Are you gonna tell me Emboar's not almost the same thing as Magmortar? Actually, now that I'm looking at this, they resemble each other a lot more than I thought they did. You want Groudon moved to F tier because he's a fake fire type? Yeah, but like Groudon can actually destroy my house by creating land. What's Arceus gonna do? You see how Arceus's head is turned, right? Like he's doing this. He's like looking back because he's fire type Arceus now, right? So he's looking back and he's like, what? Where are you putting that plate, Chief? Where's that plate going? And he's like, he's scared that there's a plate going up his butt. So he's not doing anything. Panseer, Simisear. I don't actually know which one's which. But oh god, this doofy ass Pokemon is going in F tier. I hate this Pokemon. Do you guys want to know something about Darumaka? First of all, look at this little happy grin on his face. Number two, look how round and perfect he is. Number three, He poops out little fireballs and throws them at people. This is an A tier Pokemon. Darmanitan. Look at these eyebrows. Getting them done, going to the spa. Easily an S tier Pokemon. Maybe even the top of S tier for me. I don't know why they don't have Snowman Darmanitan on here, because he's going to S tier. Zenmo Darmanitan is not my favorite. This is a cool concept, right? Like, oh, you get to half health and you change forms. Doesn't even look like a fire type anymore. It's blue. Pretty key point of being a fire type is you have some sort of red going on. Litwick. I have him downstairs in my house. I'm not impressed. And then Lampin is at least a lamp. I don't have that in my house, so it could go into C. And then Chandelure. Like, I really don't have a chandelier in my house because I'm not rich or anything. It actually looks like a Pokemon rather than a household item. Heat more like you need to heat more ideas up in the oven, Game Freak. Got him. This is an F tier Pokemon. Larvesta's fine. It's leading up to something special. That's the important part about Larvesta. He's just a cool little bug. But dang, Volcarona? Easily S tier. This Pokemon isn't even just an S tier for fire types. This is legitimately one of the best Pokemon that's ever been made. I like Reshiram. Reshiram looks really cool when it starts lighting up, but the thing is, he's just so much worse than Zekrom. So we get to a line that I have a problem with. You start off with legitimately an A to S tier, right up there with the likes of Chimchar, Pig, Charmander. Fennekin's great. And then what the hell happened? This isn't even a Pokemon anymore. I would say this is D. It's freaking me out, but it's not freaking me out that much. And then we get to this. Delphox? Why did they make this Pokemon the way they did? Just way too humanoid. Fur is out of control. Like, maintain your ears. Why do you have a dress on? You're a Pokemon. Where did you get clothes? I hate this Pokemon. It weirds me out so much. It's going in F tier. Are you gonna tell me if this spread out its wings like Talonflame, if like if it did a little airplane mode, you're really gonna tell the difference? What are their pants a little different? Come on. They're both B tier though. They're good. What happened to his face? I thought Litleo was cuter than this. Did I just erase from my memory that this Pokemon isn't cute? He's like D tier, dude. Looking at this face. Pyroar. This is just this ugly ass Pokemon with more fur. The only thing that Volcanion has going for it is that it's the only water fire type. Dude, Litten is sick. Dare I say Litten is lit? Torracat? What happened? How did you take cute little Litten and make it into this bozo? Oh, look, I'm so cool. I've got little stripies and a necklace, and look at my little fangs. I'm gonna bite you. Rawr, XD. I don't think Incineroar is actually as bad as Torracat. Problem with Incineroar is very, very clearly a firefighting type. I don't know how you can get to be more of a fighting type than being a wrestler, but they just ignored that part. It ain't my favorite. It's not terrible. I don't have strong feelings about Salandit. I have strong feelings about this Pokemon though. Why does it have that smirk on its face? Why is it looking at me like that? Why is it standing up on both feet? Why is it only female? Let's move on to the next Pokemon. What are you doing, Game Freak? Stop. Turtonator. He's like a weird mushroom turtle dragon. You know, I like his hat. He could go and see. You guys want to see the next Pokemon? I found Blacephalon, guys. The Pokemon is literally a cake pop. Going right into F tier. It's also a clown. I don't like clowns either. The only clowns I like are you guys in the chat. We get to quite possibly the worst trio of starters that have ever been made, starting with, of course, Score Dummy going into F tier. I need to show you something. He's literally just Chespin. It's exactly the same. The arm shape, the feet shape, the body shape, the head, the tooth, the mouth. Everything about this Pokemon is the same, except they color swapped him and threw a piece of cheese on his head, smacked my man with a craft single, and said, this is your fire starter. See, this is the part I don't get. So he's a soccer playing rabbit, right? And then he evolves into Rabu. Why does he look like Boruto's dad? But okay, if this is the way we're gonna go, we're going down the ninja route. But no, he decides in his late teens, I'm actually not gonna be a ninja anymore, guys. I'm going back to being a soccer player, my one true love. Doesn't make any sense. Parkole. I like the name. It's a good pun. He's a car full of coal, but like, he's a minecart with a head. I think Colossal's B gets the job done, right? You look at Colossal, you're like, yeah, it's a fire rock. See, I like Sizzlepede because like, if his body was a little less wide, he'd rub those hands together with his little mustache and he'd be like, and he'd have like an evil plan. Hisuian Growlithe, worse than regular Growlithe, but he's still adorable. I just don't like that they covered his eyes. He has like a helmet head. Hisuian Arcanine, there's nothing about these two Pokemon that's gonna tell me they're a rock type. Hisuian Typhlosion, who's just like sad regular Typhlosion. They just have a different color flame. Should we change anything? But I'm not moving my list. Fell for the oldest trick in the book. The list is perfect.